Hey, welcome back, boys and girls. So this is the third installment for my Vantage points for our FFA maps. This is Freeside, so it doesn't really need a lot of explaining for this map. It's very symmetrical, very easy to play. One of the easiest maps, probably the better maps for FFA, but I will still explain a few things as I go, and I've done a Vantage points video for the other two, so hey, I've done this one too. As we see here, these are our green zones. Those big green dots there are like the tunnels, so use them to go in between those green zones. The yellow zones are quite easy to operate as well, but you can get to the greens from yellows, and the centre is what I class as red. You wouldn't even go near the centre unless you're using a stealth mech, like I said. But we've dropped in. Don't use a ditch mech on this map because every zone is manageable, and you don't really need to be too focused on picking an optimal, an optimal zone to work, because most of the zones are quite easy to play. As you can see here, leaving a yellow zone and entering into the green zone, it's what I will do with this map because the corners are easier to manage and you do get a better spot to fire at stuff. It's also kind of easier to defend as well, because you're not defending on two fronts, pretty much just one. Both things will come through the tunnel, and as we all know, AI do spawn directly behind you if you move too far away from your spawn point. So if you move past this that barrier with the arrow on it for too long, you'll end up with an AI that spawns in behind you. So it's just something to note. This is our tunnel. As you can see, I'm running my Red Ox, so I use the ability more as a defensive tactic rather than an aggressive type tactic. It freezes everything up, yeah, it does a little bit of damage as well, but it stops things from turning around and being able to fire at you. So yeah, definitely use it as a defensive tactic. The graviton beams are actually really effective here in FFA. It's one of the weapons I do recommend also, because whilst their damage is not world beating, it's not really anything to write home about. The implosion damage is the big killer on these things. So as you can see, after a couple of seconds, you can literally disintegrate most mechs. So like you can see there, 69,000 damage per weapon per implosion. So it is definitely very useful. As you can see on the thumbnail, these things are not maxed. But the pilot's max and I'm using epic impact. So yeah, definitely competitive against AI, not so competitive against players, although every now and again I do get a good hit against players, but if you've got a DL build up against you, you won't touch them. So what else to say about here? Not really much else to say here really. I'm just sitting here in the corners chopping down enemies. So, as you can see, these corners are definitely where you need to be. I think in the next video, because I've uploaded 2 games, I actually use those tunnels to relocate. But yeah, use the tunnels to relocate when you're really in strife, and you'll be sweet. So we're counting down now, almost towards the end of the match. And we'll see how we went. Here we go. So 24 kills with a Red Ox running graviton beams. So definitely worthwhile setting up. You don't have to use a Red Ox. Use the graviton beams on whatever you choose. So you can see the best points here are the damage. The second best points is actually being the leader, is the kills, and then third best points is being kill leader. So here we are. We're gonna drop into a green spawn location. So generally you'll get something come up the right. Again, using that ability as a defensive tactic. Poor old Aegis has no chance whatsoever against a set of graviton beams. You get inside the shield and he's trashed. It's very useful for yourself if an Aegis throws a shield up over you, because you can kill him and not worry about anything else firing at you. Again, look at the reach you have on these things. They're very useful. And Onyx doesn't really have much of a go at it, even with those miniguns, and they do a lot of damage. These things outplayed that Onyx. So yeah, probably run a set of graviton beams on an Onyx if that's what you want to run. A lot of corner shooting as well. You'll see that there's a bit of that here. I don't think in this video I come up against a sentinel. So there we go. What have we got here? A lot of red ox. Red ox. A bit of corner shooting there, using only the one weapon so I don't waste too much ammo. And then, oh, hello, Mr. Aegis. Yeah, no chance. Another thing to note too is, and as I've said before, shooting over tabletops. Those tabletops, what I mean is that little rise in front of you. Use it to hide most of your mech and just pop your head out and the weapons just above that little rise, that tabletop, and you can shoot at most anything without copping too much flak. So yeah, this is one problem with the Aegis. Oh, here we go. So, as you can see there, cannot do the damage on a Sentinel. That is a max Sentinel, max AP12s, and it absolutely smashed me to pieces. It is the biggest downfall on Graviton Beams. They just do not do the damage on shielded. So, we'll run our good old Guardian with our railguns. And I do love this build. I actually prefer my railguns to my EM rifles, even though they've done what they've done with the EM rifles, and they're a bit different to aim now. The railguns are just a lot more. I'll leave you to watch this for a bit, guys, because I've talked like all of this, and I'll come back at the end. And there we have it. So still 20 kills, run 2 builds, but not too bad. Running my Red Ox and my Guardian with the railguns. The Red Ox has still done a lot more damage than the Guardian. So with FFA, your builds, your hanger is going to look a lot different to your main hanger, because you really want to aim at damage more than kills. The damage is what really gets you the points, and the kills is just a little side dish. So anyway, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it at least, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but hey, well, it'll be a surprise. Anyway, like and subscribe as usual, and enjoy your games. See you guys.